Information Minister, former CEO of the National Youth Authority, now speaks for the Dr. Bryan Acheampong campaign team. Other guest is also Kwesi Kratin. He is a former PRO of the Ministry of Education and now speaks for the Kennedy Acheampong campaign team. On Zoom will be Kofi Tonto. He's an aide to former Vice President, former presidential candidate of the NPP, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. And later on, Mr. Ofosu Asamoah, former Member of Parliament for Kede and the former Executive Secretary of the National Labour Commission, who is also a member of the Kwabena Acheampong campaign team, will also join us to have a discussion. Today is a discussion on the NPP and as the party prepares for the election of a flag bearer come January 31st, 2026. Gentlemen, thank you very much and welcome. Well, I'll start with you. Your boss has been in the news.
Yes, we have been in the news.
He's been accused of making some comments many people deem unacceptable as far as the campaigning within the NPP is concerned. What exactly did he say, and why do you think people from your camp? I've seen a statement from your side which says that he's been taken out of context or he's been misunderstood. Exactly what did he say, and why do you think people are misunderstanding him?
Yeah, thank you very much, my brother Sammy. First of all, I bring you, my colleagues, and our cherished viewers of ChannelOne TV the warm regards of the incoming flag bearer and, inshallah, the next president of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Dr. Bryan Acheampong. I bring you his warm regards. And I'm not too sure about many people because I have received many calls from persons who have admired Dr. Bryan's candidness, his boldness, and his ability to tell the truth so that the party can fashion out solutions to the problems of the party. Without a doubt, the party is not in a good place at this moment. Historic loss in 2024 puts us in a very small minority in parliament, and presidential elections we lost by unprecedented margins in our country's history. So we are not in a good place. And if the NPP really wants to get back to power, then we have to do a lot of honest self-introspection. It mustn't be all about blaming other persons. It mustn't be all about denial. It is about honest self-introspections, and we must admit where our shortcomings and our shortfalls are. We hold the view that, yes, there probably will be some governance issues. We can deal with those. There would be some challenges with our party, the machinery. We can deal with those. There would be challenges with our messaging. We can deal with those. But absolutely, there should be some challenges with also our messenger, the candidate issues. And we should also be candid and to deal with those issues. Those should not and cannot be misconstrued to be personal attacks. Now I can drill down on what is happening and what has generated some noise within the space within the last few days. First of all, I'd like to put on record that Dr. Bryan Acheampong has not made any tribal comments. He has not asked for persons of the party, the leadership of the party, delegates of the party, to vote for him on the basis of tribe or religion. He's not the one who's been making those comments. So he has not made any tribal comments and cannot be accused of making any tribal comments. What did Dr. Bryan Acheampong say within the last couple of days as he has been engaging with the leadership of the party within closed doors? And this is not the first time that somebody has said the things that Dr. Bryan Acheampong has said. In fact, His Excellency, the former flag bearer, former Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia himself has made those comments. After the loss, the members of parliament of the NPP had a meeting at the Rock City Hotel, Dr. Bryan Acheampong's hotel in Kwewu. Dr. Bryan Acheampong himself was in attendance. And in trying to give reasons for our unprecedented, abysmal performance, the former Vice President, the former flag bearer himself admitted to the unfortunate and undesirable conflicts in the Upper East region, the Kusasi-Mamprusi conflict, and cited it as one of the reasons why.
Was it a public event?
It was a gathering of the party people. This was
with media presence?
Well, no, I'm not sure about media presence. No.
So if you say he publicly said that, as you are saying, people ask that what's the evidence that he really said it? Because
well,
if it was a closed door meeting, then you treat it as such.
Well, but what Bryan Acheampong is also reported to have said, which is essentially the same, was also said within the same context. We had met party leadership in closed door, and we're having a conversation. And so how that matter got out is a matter we can interrogate as the program proceeds. But I want to recall what Dr. Bryan Acheampong said in the context of what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia himself said, which is that, like I said, the Kusasi-Mamprusi conflict was one of the reasons why we fared terribly in certain parts of the country. And one thing I like about Dr. Bawumia, and I also like about Dr. Bryan, is that many a time they like to speak to the data. And so Dr. Bryan Acheampong aligned with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on that matter because the data supports that assertion. I could give you a few examples. If you look at the MPP's performance in Binduri, Binduri is one of the constituencies that is under consideration. In 2020, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo scored 10,148 votes in Binduri. In the same Binduri in 2024, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia scored 2,067, a net loss of over 8,000 votes. I'll give you another constituency like, say, Zibila constituency. In 2020, Akufo-Addo made 15,256 votes. And then in 2024, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia made in Zibila 4,121, a net loss again of 10,000 and over. And so on the face of the data, what he himself said, Dr. Bawumia said to the members of parliament, is what was referenced by Dr. Bryan Acheampong as he engaged party persons. The only thing he added was that, look, the party has an array of talents that are capable of leading the party to victory. He was charitable enough to indicate that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was one of such persons and that he himself, Honorable Dr. Bryan Acheampong, was also one of them. But that the situation, the unfortunate situation that we are describing, has made His Excellency Dr. Bawumia a victim of circumstances. And you understand that when you say somebody is a victim of circumstances, it means that the person is not necessarily a party to the occurrence, but that occurrence impacts the person negatively. That's how come you can describe him as a victim of circumstances. And Dr. Bryan is suggesting that if Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia indeed, and on the face of the evidence, has become a victim of circumstances and is being impacted negatively, as we can see in the results, and once we admit around the table that the MPP has a number of people who are capable of leading, then why don't you make way? And then he, Dr. Bryan Acheampong, can come, and just like Kufuor did, just like Akufo-Addo did.
So clearly he was taken out of context.
Well, I think that it was deliberate distortion. It was
deliberate on whose side?
Oh, the people who cut a certain part of his. First of all, the people who recorded him, the people who cut.
Did you invite the media?
No, we did not.
So how come we have the video?
Well, but that's the point. And people think that when we have these party conversations, and because they prefer other candidates, they think that it is in that candidate's interest to put out some narrative to maybe give the dog a bad name. So
it's opponents of your candidate or your boss who did this, did this damage on him.
For us, it's not a damage. Look, people have now been invited to interrogate the matters that we would have preferred that we interrogated within closed circles. But it is the same people who are crying foul. If you track what has been happening on social media, it is those same persons who have made this matter a public matter. It was their view that it was going to hurt Dr. Bryan Acheampong's campaign. But the veil has rather been lifted.
But it
and
backfired, right?
People are looking at the figures now.
Just hold on for me. Because I know this doesn't concern you because your candidates or your boss is not involved in any way. But then the question many people have asked.
Which one doesn't concern me?
Say again.
Which one doesn't concern me?
Is what Dr. Bryan Acheampong is.
He's contesting, obviously.
But then the accusation or the conversation is that if care is not taken, the kind of campaigning within the MPP may come back to head the party going into the 2028 general election. You agree with those who make such comments?
Well, thank you very much once again, Sammy. I agree that in our quest to lead a party, we have to demonstrate some sense of modesty, wisdom, and mutual respect to each other. In as much as I do agree that certain things ought to be said in a more polite or more refined way, I am also of the view that we have to do the balancing act so that at the end of the day, we also do not institutionalize a certain culture of suppression that suppresses honest and open conversations on the realities that affects us as a people. And you will agree with me. And of course, emphasis has to be made that we should be slow and we should not allow anyone to blackmail us into silence. Because the reality remains that Ghana's political space and landscape, whether we like it or not, is influenced by these factors that we are discussing. It goes even beyond the political space or aspects of our life. I give you one example. As I sit here, if I meet a young Muslim girl